Take two. Okay, for two drumsticks. Okay, we're taking two. Okay, so welcome back to Peak Speed Lab 164, where gravity, mass meet friction. The ramp decides the results. Thanks for joining me for another, I guess we'll call it episode. And I feel like I'm having an episode. Anyway, hope you're subscribed because you don't want to miss all the zany craziness. Plus, you also don't want to miss giveaways like this one. We're last I looked at 58 subscribers. When we hit 66, in honor of the 1966 model of the Batmobile, we're going to be giving away this Hot Wheels Silver Series new unopened box set of the Batmobile. Comes with these vehicles. And if you haven't checked out already, I did a video with 4 castings of the 1966 model vehicle, and the Silver Series, I have another box set of that. That's what I'm using for the channel here, and then this one's the giveaway. But the Silver Series beat out the Faster Than Ever model, which was surprising by like thousandths of a second. And then the other two kind of were a distant third and fourth, but it's still cool to watch them because one was like a nice purpley color. The other one's like a cool, like maroonish color. But you know what? 1966 Batmobile's always my favorite. Secondly, we have a winner for one of the Easter eggs that was found with the screen name. I'm gonna hopefully I don't butcher it, but it's Talus Metalis 3062. So I know I replied to you. If you want to DM me your details, either address or where you want me to reach you, so I can mail you oh, that's right, I have it here. Guess what he won? He won the bug. This is the in blister pack new Volkswagen, a classic bug, and this is the vintage 1968 Silver Series. So congrats, thank you for watching. Quillis Metalis 3062. This is yours whenever we can figure out how to do the DM situation on YouTube. I know I just learned that it's a little bit more difficult than I thought. I figured it was going to be like, with the other social medias, you could DM folks and it's easy. But I know we just signed up. I think we just connected on Instagram, so you could DM me that way your info that you want me to mail this to. So I will be happy to mail this out as soon as I get that info. But congrats, the one more look. That's what he won. Pretty cool. VW Bug Silver Series. All right, I'm going to set that aside. Now on to the next bit of business. We've got the new Play Robotics starting gate, the 2-lane, which I talked about. So I just finally have it set up and working. It took me a couple of days, not just because of that, but I needed to get new boards and new rebuild the track a bit. The geometry is still the same, but the boards I was using weren't quite wide enough to fit 2 lanes. Now, right now, we're still only using 1 lane. I've got to get some more tracks to get a second lane going because we're talking like about 21 feet on the straightaway. This is for the 164 scale quarter-mile drag strip. So 21 feet for the straightaway, about 18 inches for this bend, give or take. And then a 5-foot, gravity-fed drop at about a 22-degree angle. So the geometry is still going to be the same. I'm going to still race the 1 lane right now, or still test in the 1 lane until I get these other tracks done. We'll start doing side by side because the cars are being tested individually, but I know sometimes it is fun to watch them kind of compete with each other as well. So today, I had been going back and forth about this. We're going to go for it. I tested the track with the test vehicles. I tested the starting gate. I made sure everything was level, as close to level as it could possibly be, as close to straight as it could possibly be. These aren't, exact, with the track system, and we're talking organic materials like wood, etc. There's going to be a little bit, there's going to be a little bit of things here and there, but all the cars are going to be dealing with the same situation. So that's what matters. So, surprisingly enough, well, let's see. If you saw the video when we first did the first 164 scale quarter-mile drag strip, I did the top 2 fastest cars for the plastic wheel and rubber wheels, or I should say tires, I guess. And then I did the next 8, so top 10 of the plastic wheels. So today we're going to do the rubber wheels, rubber tires. This is number 3, third fastest on the short form drag strip. That's what we're starting with, is based on how they perform. This is like the 88 Honda. Check this out. Honda Civic, which beat out a lot of these sports cars, which I'll show in a minute. So What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of tell you what happened. And we had a little bit of a snafu here in the lab, but you know, we got to own it. I'm transparent about what's going on here. So you all know that, you know, this is for real. I mean, we're having fun. We enjoy the diecast happiness. We enjoy the 1/64 scale fun, all of that, but I still want to be real about what's going on. So, what we're racing today, this is going to be in pole position, if you will. It's going to go first. This is the Honda. Oh, I think I said Civic just a second ago, but it's the Honda 1988 CRX. Okay, like I said in a previous video when we ran this, I actually knew actually more than one person who owned this vehicle. Pretty cool little car. All right, so these are the rubber tires. That's the other category. That's what came in. Now I'm going to say fourth in short form drag strip, but because we're doing the next 8, right? So that came in third. This came in fourth. This is the Datsun 620 pickup truck. Yep. Okay. We're gonna run this bad boy right here. It's funny that the top two is like you got a CRX and a pickup truck. Of course, now what's coming in next? Boom. Oh, I did make an error which I want to address. That is I mistook like one of the Acura, the 17 Acura NSX runs. I did, I think, 3 of them together with the different castings. This one right here that I ran, this is the Silver Series. I had noted it in the file as rubber tires. These have plastic tires. Probably why this was so fast. So this was originally going to be in this run, but because it's plastic tires, not rubber, I had to swap it out. I've updated the file. It'll still get a chance to run down the road. And who knows? This may have been in a top 10 of the plastics, but we'll still get to it because we're going to do 3 different testing tracks, as I mentioned before. The last one being the kind of distance and how the cars will use and bleed off their energy and that kind of thing. So that's set to the side for now, but we put something else, whatever was next in line. We'll get to that in a second. So next here, we've got, this is the heaviest car of all that we've got in the lab. This is the Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR LBWK. This thing is a beast right here, right? So that's going to be next on the track. Then we have the Lamborghini Essenza SCV12. So how funny is it? I mean, I know these aren't, these don't have engines in them and that kind of thing, but we have like sort of 3 regular vehicles coming ahead of the Lamborghini Essenza, but like we know what's up. Okay, so then the next in line we have the 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302. So far, all of these have been Hot Wheels. Here's this one right here is the M2. It's one of the newer ones in the lab, one of the newer brands. That's the Boss. I raced 2 of them together. Kind of a cool color. Look at that. I'm not a musician. I need to like work on my hand skills, my hand tricks. Anyway, there we go. See louvers, spoiler, etc. Okay, so that's going to be next. With the Goodyear tires. Actually, check that out. Like, it didn't zoom in, but you can kind of see there's like really cool text there on the tires. All right, here we go for the next one. This is the 1969 Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale. Boom. I love this color. This yellow is like just screaming it wants to go fast, as is the shape. So again, we will see how she does on this short form drag strip, and then the next 2 are Porsches from my dedication video to Nate. So this one came in first. Okay, this is the Porsche 911 992 Carrera S from Mini GT. So this is another brand in the lab that's relatively new in the lab. Okay, and we have the next one, which came in second from that race, which is this is also a Mini GT, but this one is the Porsche 911 Turbo S. Okay, so this one came in. This one moved up into the ranking because of the error that I had made with the other vehicle, but it's in its rightful place now. So I know it's a little bit of a lot of information coming up here, and y'all probably want to see some of these cars do their thing as usual. There's no warm ups with the 1/4 mile, 164 scale quarter-mile drag strip, but they get 3 runs. We'll take the average of the three. I'm gonna talk about their actual speed and their scale speed, and then they'll go into the ranking based on kind of where they are between the two test tracks. Okay, so again, short form drag strip, we race for time. 164 scale quarter-mile drag strip, we're racing for speed, miles per hour / kilometers per hour. Then the other track will be for distance, right? And that's part of when I talk about maintaining or bleeding off energy. How well does it carry its momentum through a few different, like the turns, S turns, downs, ups, that kind of thing. All right, so let's do this. Get yourself something to drink, maybe a cup of coffee, a good, nice, clean glass of water, whatever. Meet me over at the 164 scale updated quarter-mile drag strip. It's over there. I know you can't see it yet, but you'll see it in a minute. All right, so I'll see you in a minute. All right, we have in its spot up there the inaugural run of the new Play Robotics timing system. It'll be nice. I have a remote here. You know what? I also need to turn on the GoPro. How about that? Because we want to have a little GoPro action so we can actually track this. We're going to do video. We got that set up. There's the track. See the wider boards. Actually, I should have probably did a quick tour. Little stuff to keep it all as straight and level as possible. So here we go. We've got a 22-degree downturn, about 5 feet into an 18-ish inch bend, all the way down almost 21 feet. It's like 20.65 feet to get to here. But guess what I need to do? I need to plug the computer in. So why don't we do that? And so that we can see so that we can power this thing up and make sure we're able to track the results. Yes. Woo, look at that bad boy. I'm going to get some steps in today. All right, we'll be right back. We are ready for lap 1. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, I tested a minute ago. All right. Little obstacle course, 4.12 miles per hour. So remember, these are rubber tires, so they're not going to be as fast as plastic tires. We'll see what that is in scale speed as well. Yeah, it's slow, isn't it? 3.73. All right, let's get it. .70. Okay, Datsun 620 pickup. It's in its lane, in its starting gate, ready to do its thing. Let's see how he does. All right, that's a bit faster. 4.98. Run number 2. .55. Run number 3, and these the numbers again at the end that I'm giving you are in miles per hour. So right now he's running pretty solid. Whoop, there we go. All right. 4.84 miles per hour. So definitely ran faster than that Honda. It was slower on the short form drag strip. I guess it needed a little time to pick up momentum. All right, we're going to enter the info and then move on to the next one. Okay, first run of this Nissan Skyline, heaviest car in the lab. Let's see how she does. All right, we've got solid 4 miles an hour. See how she does for run 2. Run 2 for the Nissan Skyline. We got 3.67. Slow down a little bit. So here we go, number 3. Yep, that was the remote. See? All right. Oh, wow. 2.98. Just got slower. Look at that pretty thing, the Lamborghini Ascenzo. We're going to see how this rolls. We're going to do this up close. Whoa, took off, didn't she? Okay. Wow, that blurred out. Oh, well. But you know what? We got it on the end with the GoPro, but we'll also catch it again. 2 more rounds. Run number 2. Run number 2. Here we go of the Lambo Ascenzo. Pretty smooth sounding. 4. Okay, getting a little slower. Third lap for the Lamborghini Ascenza. I keep saying Ascenzo because I'm thinking Lambo Ascenzo, but it's Lamborghini Ascenza. Lap 3 on the 164 scale quarter-mile drag strip. Okay. Started out okay, but you know, rubber tires, they are what they are. I feel like they may be a little more realistic too. 3.86. All right, we got the Ford Mustang Boss from M2 Machines about to hit it. And we will see as soon as I get it in the right spot. There we go. Oh my, okay, jump the track. So as we've done before, they're going to get a second shot. Let's see. We're going to see how she runs. All right, there we go. 4.24 miles per hour. Run number 2. .70. Okay, miles per hour. Not bad. Run number 3 for the Ford Boss. Mustang Boss 302 1970. 4.45. Okay, respectable. Okay, time for that beautiful Alfa Romeo. Lap 1. Let's see what she does. All right, 4.75 miles per hour. Let's get it. Lap 2. Hey, maybe we'll do that on the next few. Get a little bit closer. All right, 4.42. Oh my word. I just realized I missed the button. That last lap, 4.35 on the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, my bad. The Porsche Carrera S for my buddy Nate. This car and the next car. Heat run was 5.42. Rubber tires smoking a little bit. Can this Porsche keep up that pace? 5.73 miles per hour. That's cruising for rubber tires. Heat 3. for the Porsche Carrera. Let's see. Wow, 5:23. This might be the fastest of the bunch so far. All right. I got one more to go. Last car in this batch. Another one from my buddy Nate. That was from the Porsche 911 Carrera 9 video from recently that I dedicated to him. So 2 of the 4 cars that were in that video made the top 10 fastest for rubber tires. So this is heat 1 for number 10 in that class. Woo! The little turbo was like a turbo. 5.14. That's miles per hour. Let's see how she does 2 more rounds. Heat 2. 5.31 miles per hour. Heat 3 for the last one in the batch. See how this Porsche does. Okay, 5.54. We're gonna update the database here, this file, and get all the rest of the numbers in. Come meet me back over there. We're gonna be back over in the lab in a little bit on the computer and going over the results of these 8 vehicles and their averages and their scale speeds. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Peak Speed Lab 164, where gravity and mass meets friction and the ramp decides the results. And the results came in for the rest of the top 10 in the rubber tire category for the based on the performance of the vehicles in the 164 scale quarter mile drag strip. Okay, there we go. We got it all out. Now, let's see. Where do we start? You know what? Let's start with this. The original top 10, this is based on just the short form drag strip, was the McLaren F1 in first place. The 2026 Chevrolet NASCAR was in second. Honda 88 CRX in third. Datsun 620 pickup truck fourth. Nissan Skyline 2000 GT-R LBWK and fifth. The Lamborghini Essenza, not Essenzo, but Essenza SCV12 came in next at 6. And then the 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302 from the M2 brand. So previous to that, they were Hot Wheels brand. The M2 was in there, though, for number 7. Then the 69 Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale, which is also Hot Wheels brand, came in 7. Now, the last 2, another brand, Mini GTs. Now, again, this is pre 164 scale quarter mile drag strip. This was based on just time on the short form drag strip. So the last 2, we had the Porsche 911 992 Carrera S from Mini GT. That was the one in blue, white. And then the Porsche 911 Turbo S Mini GT, which is that red white. So that was the top 10 order prior to running the quarter mile drag strip in the 164 scale. Now, here are the updated results, stacked rank, based on the average and the performance of both tracks. Number 1, still in first, the 2026 Chevy NASCAR. Now, that's also from a different brand. I think that was Lionel Racing. I forgot to mention that. But that's the top car. So I know I had said a minute ago those were all Hot Wheels, but that is not Hot Wheels. Then we have the Porsche 911 992 Carrera S. That's the blue and white, followed by the 911 Turbo, which is the red and white. In third place, the Datsun 620 pickup is now in fourth. Alfa Romeo 69, Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale is number 5. 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302 from M2 brand is number 5. Number 6. Lamborghini Essenza is number 7. McLaren F1 8, Honda 80, the 1988 Honda CRX is 9, and the Nissan Skyline comes in at 10th right now for the rubber tire category. So, I know somebody had requested that I like overlay the files and stuff as I'm going through them. I still haven't figured out how to do that, to be honest, and I will. It's also might be a little complicated because I'm going between multiple locations to try to do these, so I'm not sure if there will be really a clean way to do it. But I'm still looking into it. Since it was a request, I'll try to figure out how to get that get that information added in. But the performance, well, you watch the video, you know where everybody ended up. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to read off the averages of each, average mile per hour, and their average scale speed. Okay, so if you want to, hopefully you watched the video and you saw the individual lap times. So the Honda CRX, the average mile per hour is 3.85 with a scale speed of 246.4 miles an hour. The Datsun 620, average 4.79 miles per hour with the scale speed of 306.56 miles per hour. The Nissan Skyline average 3.55 miles per hour with an average, with the average scale speed of 227.2 miles an hour. The Lambo Essenza 4.07 and a bunch of threes on the average, and then the scale speed 260.69 threes for the scale speed. We got the Mustang Boss 4.46 with a bunch of threes miles per hour with the scale speed of 2.85.65 threes miles per hour scale speed. Alfa Romeo was average 4.50 with a bunch of sixes and then a 7 with a scale speed of 288.4267. So it's a bunch of sixes and the 7 for the scale speed. And then the last two that we ran, the Porsche 911, the Carrera, the one that was in the blue and the white, average was the one that came in now, I think second place, 5.46 miles per hour with a scale speed of 349.44 miles per hour. And then the other Porsche 911, which is that red and white one, average 5.33 with the scale speed of 341.12. So it just kind of hit me when we look back at the order right now. The top 3 cars are other brands. So the top car is that like Lionel Racing brand, and then the other 2 are Mini GTs. The 2 Porsches are Mini GTs. So yeah, the Datsun 620 pickup is number 4, etc. The next one, the M2, came in at number 6. So yeah, we'll see how the other Lionel racers. I may pick up some more of those NASCAR cars from Lionel Racing because, well, at least the one performed really well. The 2026 did with rubber tires. But the Mini GT, those Porsches, really performed well on that track, on that the 164 scale quarter mile drag strip. Okay, let's wrap it up because I know everybody wants to get out of here. Everybody wants to go home. Got to go have some dinner. Maybe have some time with the kids and the wife or the husband, and all of that. So remember, hopefully you'll subscribe because if you do, as soon as we get to 66, I mentioned this at the beginning. This is the unopened box, brand new. So Hot Wheels Silver Series for the Batmobile. All these models come in the box. I did this one here in a video a while back with 4 of those castings from 1966 with different, like the Silver Series, the Faster Than Ever series, and a couple of the other general releases. And then there's still at least another Easter egg or 2 out there, but we did have the one for the Volkswagen. So again, I mentioned that, and there will be more giveaways as we continue on. I've got some more things in the queue here. I've got a few more brands that arrived in the mail that I talked about from the other day, and it's getting interesting. I'm enjoying finding out what else is out there for the 164 Diecast Happiness and how they're going to all perform against each other and within themselves. So I didn't do really a moment of glory, but we still want to respect the folks and the teams and all of that. But I did do a still shot of the 8 cars so that we can still have them here at the end so folks can appreciate and see them all together, see what was tested today in the lab. And I think that's it. A lot of steps in. Got my workout in today, so that's good. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, hope you subscribe. Hope you like the video, and we'll see you for the next one, you guys. Okay, until next time. Cheers.